everybody. We're going to be making an afternoon tea with a twist. We are going to start off with some oat cookies. These oat cookies are perfect for every occasion. You can have them as a snack. You can have them like we're doing now as an afternoon tea side, picnics, anything. So, and they are super simple to make. We've got some oats here. That's about 150 grams of oats. We're going to use some coconut oil, some chia seeds, a banana, and some agave nectar. And then we're going to add some dried apricots inside as well. Now the recipe does call for dried raspberries, but I couldn't get hold of those. So I'm going to use some dried apricots, and just how I have used some dried apricots, you can use your own dried fruits of your choice. If you don't like apricots or you don't like dried raspberries, it's completely up to you. So that is our sweets that we're going to make. Now, these are only 4, 2, and 2 SmartPoints, which is perfect. Nice and super low, and you can treat yourself as much as you can with these. So these are our oat cookies that we're going to make. Second thing are our sandwiches. Now, sometimes when you're thinking about afternoon tea or a picnic, you might tend to go out and buy sandwiches. These are usually higher in SmartPoints, and we want to keep them nice and low. So one of the nice, delicious sandwiches I've got here, we're going to use these brown thins. They are so light, but they're still filling as well. We're going to make some prawns and cucumber open sandwiches, so make it look nice and pretty. We're going to keep them open. You can close it if you want, but for me, I'm going to keep it open so that you can see all the prettiness. Prawn and cucumber dill open sandwiches here. And then for our vegans, I've got you covered. I've always got something for everyone. We have a vegan tuna mayo. So in here, we have some chickpeas, mashed up, simple. Chickpeas out of a can, mash it all up into a bowl, and then some sweet corn. And I finished off with 1 tablespoon of some vegan mayo. So we're going to have a bit of that, some cress, got some cress. And then after, I have a nice treat for you. We're going to make a very berry juice. So it's basically water, but it's nice and flavored with loads of berries. I've got some strawberries, some blueberries, some raspberries. I'm going to add them all together into our water jug and then enjoy. So I'm really looking forward to this. Let me have a quick look over on our chat here to see how everyone is doing. Hello, Sharon. Sharon from Kings Lynn. Hi. We've got Cassandra here. She woke up early. Beautiful. Natasha, good morning, Natasha. All right, should we get started? Let's get this show on the road. So first of all, we're going to let's put these to one side and start making our oat cookies. Now these, I love these because they take minimal time to make. Don't take much time at all. So we have our 150 grams of oats. I'm going to pour it into our mixing bowl. We need 1 banana. So this is going to seal it up together. And we want to mash these. So I've got a plate so that you guys can see, and then just mash it up. And if you don't want to do this, you don't like any manual labor, stick it in the food processor, blender, whatever is nearby, and just mash it. Or if you're going to do a bigger batch and you don't want to keep mashing bananas manually. And these are great as well because they can be stored. So you can make these and put them in your own home cookie jar. I try to do that, but they just finish in one day because the kids keep going back and forth for them because they're on display. So I only make a few to avoid the temptation. So here we are, mash, mash, mash. Good mash. So for those on the purple plan, these are only 2 SmartPoints, and the greens and the blues are 4 SmartPoints. So a perfect low SmartPoint, natural, and a vegan cookie. So here we are, our mashed banana looks like baby food at the moment, and that's how we want it to look like. Once it's all mashed, we're going to pour it into our oats mixture. So there we go. Perfect. Now that is it. I'm going to go in with our coconut oil, agave, chia seeds. Actually, let me chop these up first. Our apricots, dried apricots. You only need about a handful. So I'm going to use about 8 of these, and then pop it in our oats mixture as well. Want them nice and fine chopped. The first time I made these, it was just an experiment because I had some bananas that were going off, and it was like the 3rd week in a row that I had bananas going off. I usually tend to buy loads of bananas because my house, the kids go crazy if there's no bananas, and sometimes you go a bit OTT and then there's too much bananas. And like I said, it was the 2nd or 3rd week of having bananas that were going off, and I didn't want to make the usual banana bread. So I tried to make some cookies without adding any sugar. And this is what I came up with. So let's chop up the apricots. Once they're all chopped up, I'm going to add it into our mixing bowl there, that aside, and then we want to begin our mixing process. While I'm mixing, I'm just going to look at the comments. Hi, Sammy. Thank you for the compliment on my dress. I've actually had this dress for about 10 years, and it's from Accessorize, Monsoon Accessorize, and it comes out every summer. That's the only time I get to wear it in this country. So we have mixed all of that up. I need a tablespoon, just gonna come back here. All right, so just to sweeten it up a bit more, just 1 tablespoon of agave nectar. That goes in. And then our coconut oil. Another tablespoon of coconut oil in as well. We need a teaspoon of this, of the chia seeds. Half a tablespoon, that goes in as well, just to get some good nutrients in there. Chia seeds are filled with omega-3/6 fatty acids. So good way to get those in, especially if you're vegan because you don't have fish. Good way to get your omega-3s in. And we're going to continue mixing this up. Another look here. Is there something else you can use instead of coconut oil? Yes, you can. If you don't like coconut oil, you can actually use some melted butter or some vegan butter as well. If you want to keep it vegan and not use coconut oil. Let's continue mixing these. And the thing is, with this, they actually taste delicious as it is now. But we want the nice added crunch, and so we bake. Right, so these are done. We have our, I'll bring my baking tray right here. Side. And we want to put a full tablespoon, excuse me, and then make it into a nice round cookie shape. Nice little miniature cookies. These work delightful. And they are so addictive. Once they're in there, we're going to bake them for about 10 minutes. And in that 10 minutes, we're going to continue making our sandwiches. Now you can do them smaller or bigger if you wish to do so. If you do make them bigger, remember they'll need more time in the oven. If you make them smaller, they won't need so much time in the oven. There we go. Continue rolling. And the good thing about these, you can make them whatever shape you want. They don't have to be oval or round. You can actually bake it if you pour it all into like your baking tray and then use a shape cutter and cut it into shapes. It can be stars, it can be love hearts, however you want them. Continue doing that. And you can use this base as a crumble as well. So if you decide to do this as a crumble, you won't need the banana, you won't need the mashed banana. We use the mashed banana to allow them to combine together. It gives it some moisture. Right. Continue to do that. One more to go. Let's do this last one. All in one. This might be a big one. So, all right. Perfecto. All done. Our cookies are ready for the oven. Now we're going to give that about 10 minutes or so on 100, and I'm going to put them in about 160 degrees and 10 minutes. So these are now going in. Kitchen towel for my hands. Just bear with me. All right. Now, let's get going, the main business. Okay, perfect. So I have my little cake stand all prepped. So it's going to look something like that. I'm going to start doing them here. So I'm going to use 3 and 3 of our thins here. And so the recipe, this is actually a WW recipe. Like I said, it is 4-4-4 on all plans, so it's perfect. We will start off with some cottage cheese. So instead of butter, we've got nice low-fat cottage cheese here. Get a spoon again. So going with about 1 tablespoon of cottage cheese and mix it up. Add it on the base. You don't need any butter, and you don't have to buy the low-fat cottage cheese. This will actually make your SmartPoints a little bit lower, because on the main recipe you use the standard cottage cheese, but I only had the low SmartPoint. Cucumbers. Let's add 2 bits of cucumbers on there like that, and then add our prawns on top. So you can add, this is completely optional, but you've got some Tabasco to give it some spice. Bit of Tabasco sauce. Come on, not too much. Oh, there we go. It's coming out nicely. And for me, because I do not have any fresh dill, I couldn't get hold of any fresh dill, I'm going to use 1 or 2 capers on top, and capers go perfect with prawns. Any type of fish dish will work delightful. So here is our first, come a bit further out, our first open sandwich thin. I'm just going to put that over here. You guys can see better. And then I'm going to continue with the other 2. Let me know if you have any questions. So in terms of alternatives, if you don't like cottage cheese or you're a vegan, you can use some vegan cheese as well. Or you can use some mascarpone cheese or some cream cheese, some light cream cheese if you want to keep it nice and low in SmartPoints. Sandra says she's never tried cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is really delicious. I had never tried it some years ago, and then once you try it, it becomes super addictive. And it's a good alternative to use for lasagna as well. If you don't want the rich cream white sauce, you can use cottage cheese instead, and it works perfectly. Okay, all right, so we're in with our last sandwich, this prawn one. And this is just such a good way to impress your guests. It looks so fancy, but it's so simple, as you can see me doing this right now. It doesn't take too long. Stun your guests or your kids. And you can use another protein as well. So this can work with some chicken, or use a melody of vegetables, some like roasted peppers, some roasted aubergines, some roasted courgettes. If you're a vegan, do them all in kind of ribbon, use a mandolin slicer. You can roast them, or you can buy them roasted. Nowadays, you can get loads of roasted vegetables already done as well. And then you can just pop them on top with some cottage cheese at the bottom, and you can wow your vegan friends, or if you're vegan, you can wow yourself with this as well. So there we go with our bits of capers, bit of Tabasco on top. That's our 3rd sandwich done. Look at that. And then, so here, look how pretty that looks. So professional, huh? Ritz is gonna have some competition. When you do this for your friends, afternoon tea at the Ritz, why not why do Ritz when you can have it yourself? Okay, so this is our vegan tuna mayo. Like I said, chickpeas, sweet corn, vegan mayo, a little pinch of pepper, and it actually tastes, when I tasted this, because I made this for the first time, this really tastes like egg and sweet corn, but it's delicious. It's really, really good. Okay, that's a really nice and simple one there. And we're going to finish it off with some cress. I'm going to overlap this a little bit to create some space. 2 and 3. Oh my God. Look at this. How pretty does this look? Tell me. Natasha cannot wait to try the chickpeas. I'm going to finish it off with some cress, fresh cress on there. And boom. Look at this. I absolutely love how elegant this looks. All low in SmartPoints, 4 SmartPoints and under. But I will post the link for all of the recipes to this. These are all WW recipes. So I'll post the link and the final picture. Once it's up, Cassandra says this does look impressive. It really does. I'm impressed myself. So I'm going to put our next cake stand on here, and then our cookies will come on here. So while we're waiting for our cookies, we're going to make our berry water juice. So very simple. I've washed all my berries already. Some water. In. And then we're going to fill this all up. With our berries. So let's get our strawberries in there. We want some, I'm going to half these so that the flavors come out a bit more. Our raspberries all go in. Blueberries, and these just look really pretty as well. So for those who don't like the taste of water as well, this is absolutely great to kind of flavor your water. We'll go with some more strawberries. We'll put it in. Cassandra does love a good Tabasco, I see. You can't go wrong with Tabasco. Adds a bit of flavor, a bit of spice to everything. Okay. Some more of our blueberries. I'm going to half some more so I can get the flavors out. Look how pretty this looks. It's guaranteed to stun any of your friends that you have for nice bougie home afternoon tea. And just to keep it nice and refreshing as well, I'm going to add some cucumber in there, even though the recipe doesn't call for some cucumber, but hey, 2 bits of cucumber in there. And here is our berry water. You can have, I think we have reached our time for our cookies, so I'm just going to go and check them out. They need a few more minutes. While they are there, I'm going to quickly have a quick browse through the comments. Let me know, how often do you make afternoon teas? How often do you go for afternoon teas? Do you enjoy afternoon teas? Do you enjoy picnics? Do you enjoy hosting? I love hosting. That's why I'm here. I'm hosting right now, but virtually. Let me know in the comment section. In the meantime, actually, I could add a few more of my raspberries in here. Let's put this to one side. I think these might need a few more raspberries. So I'm going to go and half them. Get the flavors in. Cassandra, hosting and picnics, love. Could you add mint? You can add mint to your water, yes. So this very berry water can be done a number of ways. Feel free to add some mint. Feel free to add some lemon or lime to it as well. Flavor it as you wish. Okay, I'm going to do now is just make a little fruit salad here. And our cookies will come on top. My kids are going to be well impressed when they come home. They're at the football at the moment. They'll think, Mommy, whose party is it? Let's do this. Ingrid says, if you freeze the grapes, it keeps it cool and also flavors the water. That is such a good suggestion, Ingrid. I love that. I've actually never frozen grapes before. Maybe I'll try some of that. Some of our raspberries goes in. Okay, we've got some dried apricots here just to add some color. Now you can do this with any types of fruits, just to keep your afternoon tea looking nice and pretty. Impress your guests. Look at this. Look how this is looking. All ritzy, nice vibes, nice and bougie. Okay. I think our oats should be ready to come out. We don't want them too overdone. We don't want them too brown because oats don't take too long to cook. So I'm going to get my oven gloves. Yeah. They have, you know, they're usually done once you start seeing the brown on the outside of the oat cookies. So these are quite hot, but I have chef's fingers. I'm used to this. I do this every day. I'm going to just add them along there like so. And boom. Here you have your very special afternoon tea with a twist. And how beautiful does this look? This is fantastic. So I've got two, I don't have the usual cake stand, so I've just used 2 cake stands and put them together. They're different sizes. You can do exactly the same. You can add another one on top if you have a smaller one or a bigger one at the bottom. Do that, and then our very berry water with loads of berries in them. So all of these nice low SmartPoints. Absolutely delicious, so simple. As you've seen, we make this in front of you, and I really hope that you get to try them. I can see the comments firing away at the moment. Yeah, it's lovely, nice and quick, Cassandra. Thank you, Tina. Sammy says, if I made those 4 for my mom, she'll say, wow, you must have been busy all day. Exactly, that's the thing. You can make this and people will be thinking, oh my God, you have been at work all day. But these literally 10 minutes, and you've seen how quickly we have made these nice and simple. You can buy cooked prawns, and then the chickpeas, nice and simple. You can use tuna as well if you don't actually like chickpeas. If you are a vegan and you prefer to use if you prefer to keep it plant-based, you can use white beans as well, mash those up. You can use butter beans, they work nice and delicious as well. Butter beans are so good. So mash them up, add your vegan mayo, add your sweet corn, and then use these things and keep them open. This is a nice way to make it look nice and pretty by keeping them open. You can have the other side of the butter of the bread for guests if they want it to put it together. But for display purposes, this is how you want to display it. On that note, thank you guys so much for joining me this morning. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you enjoy your sun. Take care. Bye-bye now.